Yo, what it do, St. Louis? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all know what it is, man. It's time for the Cortez Hustle Show, and we have a barn burner for you this morning. We're talking, are you an enabler, man? Listen, uh, I'm your host, Cortez Hustle, and that is my co-host, Michelle A. And we're talking all things enabler, man. This is a serious conversation that needs to be had, especially in our community. I think we some enabling folks, but we're going to talk about what an enabler is. How do you know if you are an enabler, and how do you stop enabling if that happens to be you? So, without further ado, let's roll the intro and
Growing
let's
up
get
in
in it.
St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. That's my co-host, Michelle. Hey, and we are live and direct coming to you from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a gift, talent, or special ability, and you are struggling to turn that into profit, then go get your free copy of Monetize My Life. All you got to do is go to monetizemylife.com. You cover shipping, and the book is yours for free. Michelle, what's going on this Tuesday morning? How you doing, Queen?
Man, what's going on, Tizzy? What's going on,
It's
man?
all good, man. It's all good, man. What I know you got some news, some stuff that you caught over the weekend, man. So before we get into our main topic, talking about being an enabler,
Yeah,
what's your president been up to?
your president, don't try to give him back.
I mean,
Don't
I'm the
try.
one that didn't get the stimulus check. You got the stimulus check and cashed it, and now
Okay,
you're trying to disown the president.
I already told y'all this thing is going down. But word on the street is we could be getting a second one. So I, I don't know. But sometimes here's the thing: when you own your truth and you walk in it, you ain't got no shame and no furs.
Mhm,
He's still
mhm.
my president. I will take a second check. He's not gonna be my president. I'll take that money though. Give me
Listen,
my
he's trying to
give me my
buy them
representation.
votes.
I'm just saying. Here's the thing. Your president is crazy as hell. That's my final verdict.
Yeah.
And he was made for reality. He checked the wrong box on career day. Okay. He checked the box for president and he should have stayed in his arena. And I said arena. He should have stayed in his arena for reality TV. You know what I'm saying? He should have never came off of that their show that he had on that network. He should have stayed right there, right? Because I was watching the news, as
Mhm.
my daddy was watching the news, and when I tell you he chin checked this news lady on TV, and it was just a crying shame. This reporter was they were doing a press conference
Mhm.
and he reality TV her. He was asking questions, they were all asking questions, and she asked something and that engaged conversation with him. And he came back at her. She was an Asian lady of Asian descent. He
Mhm.
came back at her so hard. He asked her a question in relation. It was a sarcastic question in relation to China, right? And it was sarcastic and it was in relation to China, right? So she began to answer the question, and then she was like, such and such and such. Wait a minute. Why would you ask me that question?
Of all
And then,
people.
of all people, it was almost like she was like, wait a minute, did you just call me a nigga? Wait,
Yeah.
the tone was like, wait a minute, why would you ask? What? And then he got indignant with her and shut down. You know what? I'm done. If you're going to talk to me like that, I'm not going to answer your questions. This person and skipped her. She was trying to ask him, like, why would you ask me that question? Then he wouldn't even dignify. He wouldn't even respect the lady and give her an answer. He was next person. So then another reporter, I think she was a black lady, stepped up and she was like, well, Mr. President, she was finna get with. She was like, well, no, why would you ask her? Then he really got, you know what? This thing, I'm done. This is over. Right. And left. Exit stage, left. And
Nobody
it
gets
was
to
like,
ask any questions for the rest of the day.
it was retarded. I was like, did this dude just reality TV them? The only thing that was missing was that confessional room that they have on reality TV where after the fight go down, they have him in the room and he should have just been like, I did that to Tabitha because she's a baby and she deserved it. There, I said what I said. That's the only thing that was missing was the whole confessional room because he really acted like he was on reality TV for real.
Yeah.
He's the president. He's the person that we trust to run this country.
I am not surprised. Yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show lined up for you. Good morning. Hey guys, if you're checking us out live, then go ahead and drop the name of your business and or your brand in the comments. Let us know, are you an enabler? That's what we're talking about today. But before we get off into that deep, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our first responders and our frontliners. And I know you got some stats and stuff you were checking out about what's going on with coronavirus as of May 19th, 2020. So go ahead and hit them with the stats there, Shelley.
Yeah, the stats for Corona in Missouri, we were, as of this morning, we were at 10,000 cases. That's pretty scary. Ugh. And Illinois was at 94K. Yeah, but you know what? But God,
Yeah.
we just have to really kind of be careful because outside opened back up yesterday, and it's just iffy. You know what I'm saying? I think we just have to. It's right there. We just have to stay shut down forever. We have to resume some sort of normalcy. Is it a new norm? Is it the old norm? Who really knows? We can't stay what we were forever. So we have to go forward, right? We can't stay
absolutely
in one place. So we have to move. We just don't know what that's gonna look like. So, we just have to be, vigilant.
Now let me put my conspiracy theory hat on. Shout out to my girl Latanya Deloche. She posted this yesterday because they did the reports that since some cities have opened back up, they said these cities have had a surge or a spike in coronavirus cases. Now, they made this report 72 hours after these cities opened, right? So she broke it down. She said, wait a minute. I thought that the symptoms, there's a 14-day incubation period, right? That's supposed to take place. And then how do we know that these people got the virus? Because in 72 hours, that means they would have to gone outside, come into contact with somebody, the virus would have had to incubate in them, and they would have to go to the doctor, get tested, get their results back, and then rush those results to the media so that they can report that there's a spike in new cases in 72 hours. So I'm just saying, we got to really be careful with that. Pyramid Properties and Solutions LLC is in the building with us this morning. Welcome. So carry on, my lady.
Yeah, no, just good morning on I'm monitoring. I know you're on our YouTube page. Shout out to our YouTube subscribers. I'm monitoring our Facebook page. So good morning to Melissa who's on. Good morning to Denisha Smith, my cousin from California, all the way from Cali. What's up, cuz? Shout out to all of my people that are tuned in and watching. We're gonna jump into our subject in just a few minutes. Just thank y'all for tuning in. And so yeah, the whole Corona thing. I'm gonna just say this super quick. I went out and bought me. They say you live in, if you have it, whatever. They say you live in the nasal cavity, right up in your. I went out and bought me a Vicks makes a breathing machine, right? It's like a steamer thingamabobber, like a whatever. And I was looking for something else, stumbled upon it. It was like $50. But 'cause I saw the little thing on Facebook where they say, "Oh, boil a pot of water, get the steam up your nose, that kills it, whatever."
Yeah.
This little thing is $50. You put your face in it and you inhale the steam, cut out the middleman, boiling water and all of that. And it's a breathing treatment you do between 5 and 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was starting to feel a little crazy for a minute. And I ain't claiming nothing. But I was starting to feel kind of weird the last couple weeks. And I went out for one of those, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel better than I felt in some time. I was like, "Ooh, I thought I was screaming my Jesus."
Yes,
And I feel great. I feel so. It's made by Vicks. It's a breathing machine. You put your face in it. If you get one, it's $50. And I mean, just a breathing treatment. It's real simple. And I really do believe that, you know, everything that they're telling us and everything that they're telling us.
Well, I've got one even more simple than that. Because my wife ain't playing. Every time I leave the house and come back, she like, "Here, Jigga." I'm like, "What is that?" So hot water, and she drops a couple drops of tea tree oil, and then you got to inhale. And if you've never smelled tea tree oil, it's almost kind of like Vicks Vapor Rub on steroids. Talk about open you up right quick. But you know, we kind of feel the same way that you got to get your nasal passages cleaned up, and you know, some sort of antiviral you know, mist needs to go up in that nose if you're out in public. So yeah, that's our thing. So she'll bust in here in a minute. Here, I'm like, what? Oh, okay. And I have to stick my nose in the cup and breathe and breathe and breathe. But yeah, that I mean, you just got to do what you got to do, man. Be careful, and try not to listen to too much of this pandemic stuff. You know, I have never heard the word pandemic so many times in my life. I didn't know what a pandemic was, but now all of us is burned into our brain. Pandemic. But yeah, shout out to everybody who is on the front lines, whether you are a nurse, doctor, nurse practitioner, whether you are in sanitation, whether you are in delivery, because our food delivery service people are out there getting that bread, and they are helping us stay fed. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys for getting out there with us. Hey, are you an enabler, or do you know any enablers? When we come back, we're going to give you the definition of enabler. We're going to give you a few signs that you can recognize. Because some of y'all enablers, y'all don't know y'all enablers. So we're going to help you with some signs that will tell you if you're an enabler. And then we're going to talk about some ways to overcome that. And let's also talk about this tough love thing, because if you're not an enabler, then you're using tough love. Could it be too tough? We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. So you guys make sure you keep it locked right here.
St. Louis Hustle Podcast is brought to you by Reggie the Lion. Go to ReggieTheLion.com to grab yourself a copy of the coloring book and keep up with all the latest developments of the dog and everything that Reggie the Lion is planning to bring to our children. Also, check out OfficeHuddlePrint.com. All of the graphic designs that you've seen for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast are courtesy of Office Huddle Print Shop. Our good friends helped us with logos, flyers, thumbnails, even our merchandise, courtesy of OfficeHuddlePrint.com. St. Louis Credit Repair Institute, get your credit in the right order. STLCreditFix.com. They average 50 to 150 point increases for over 100,000 customers so far, and you can be next. STLCreditFix.com. The St. Louis Hustle Podcast is a copyrighted production of iHustle Media Group. Any unauthorized use of the content of this show is strictly prohibited. iHustle Media Group, a better way to market.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. No, wrong show. To the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. Michelle threw me off because she wasn't paying attention. Nevertheless, I'm going to put Michelle under the bus. Yes, Michelle, that is your fault because you was not paying attention. This is the St. Louis Hustle Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and we're talking about enabling folks to do their job and do it the right way. Now I can't even shout out my sponsor, man, because I'm just all turned around and all messed up. So, Shelley, we're talking about are you an enabler? What say you? Are you an enabler? Yes, no, maybe so.
I am not, and I just made a status that said, sir, I am not an enabler. Mr.
Ah,
Show say,
well, first
Mr.
of all,
Blame it on me. I am not an enabler. And you, I will not enable you, sir, for saying such things about your co-host. I won't enable you.
well,
That I'm
let's
always not paying attention. If you've been saying the right show, I won't enable you today. Me and my non-attention paying self are not the reason for the wrong show being said. You got 90 shows, sir, and today I didn't enable that.
let's first define what an enabler is. An enabler is a person or thing that makes something possible, or a person who encourages or enables negative or self-destructive behavior in another. So now let me ask you again with the definition clearly defined. Are you, ma'am, an enabler?
Well, I'd like to think I enable positive things to happen, sir. However, there might have been a time or two subconsciously that, unbeknownst to me, I may have mildly encouraged or enabled something that degree to have taken place. But I quickly went to the altar on Sunday morning and gave that thing to Jesus. That's what I did.
There we go. Well, listen,
There.
I will tell you that your boy here is an enabler. See, Shelley, we've got 5 children, right?
Oh,
We've
say
got
no more.
5 of them, and I helped raise a cousin and a nephew. So 7 boys have come through this household. And shout out to my 2020 graduate, Mr. Armand Thornton. We are 6 for 6. We graduated 6 kids out of the Hazelwood West High School. So, and he's getting ready to do his drive-by ceremony. I told people they want to come congratulate him. I said, that's cool. But what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna line up on the side of the house. Y'all gonna walk through the back, come through the back door, and he gonna be posted up in the living room. You shake his hand and keep going right on out the front door.
Y'all shaking
It's how we do it.
hands?
But
Y'all shaking hands?
yeah, we gonna do the
I better fist bump.
yeah, fist bump or
Elbow.
finger, elbow.
We ain't that free.
But when it comes to being an enabler, trying to make sure that I don't. It's very easy for a man to be too tough on his sons and his children. And I know also, just like I witnessed with my mom, when you get to
Mm-hmm.
child number 4 and 5, you kind of run out of gas, man. So I'm an enabler by default because brother tired, man, and it's like wow, mom get to do this. We didn't get to do that. Yeah, because I was had a little bit more energy to put my foot down. Right now, when I put my foot down, he just brushes it off and just does his own thing. So, yes, I am a bit of an enabler. I won't tell no story there.
That's with 5. What happened? I only got 2. I ain't gonna lie, my youngest.
Yeah.
Some people know my youngest.
Hmm.
Some people, and I'm gonna just look at the camera and say, one person that's on Facebook Live know my youngest. I side boss and I only got 2. I be like, yeah, get on ahead. So I think with my youngest, where I become an enabler,
Hmm.
I just be like, go ahead. I don't want to say no. And I don't want to say no because I don't want to say no. Like,
Right.
okay, I follow the state requirement. I know I can't let her kill herself. You know what I'm saying? So I can't let her do destructive things that's going to put her in harm's way. But if I know it ain't going to put her in harm's way, I'll be like, oh, yeah. Because I don't like to fight. I don't like to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to fight. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Sometimes experience is the best teacher. You're going to bust your head and go ahead, bust your head. And sometimes it's easier to clean up the mess and you get the lesson that way than it is to try to teach you the lesson because you ain't gonna get it till you butt your head. And I'm like, just get it that way because it just is hard.
Yeah, it is hard, no doubt, because nobody wants to be seen as a jerk, right? And even when it comes to parenting, sometimes we know we have to do certain things, but we sometimes want to be the good parent. And I know as a single parent, at least with my wife and I, she can be the good parent sometime, and I can be the disciplinarian, or sometimes I could just put it on her. Go ask your mama. What your mama say
Y'all
about
good cop, bad
it?
cop. Y'all over there playing good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. Go ask your mama. Whatever your mama say. Not knowing that they've already asked her, and she told them to go ask their daddy. Go see what your daddy say. And I'm like, shoot, well, if she already said yes and I say no, I'm gonna look like the bad guy here. And I don't want to look like the bad guy all the time. So sometimes we have behaviors that we enable. But it does come down to, the children are the future. And we're not talking about enabling and a lot of times when we think about enablers, it's about enabling people who do drugs or alcohol, but really it's any negative behavior. And, my wife wants my son to have a job so bad that she's filling out job applications, right? So could that be considered an enabler
Yep,
where she needs
absolutely.
to let him fill it out, let him go through the process of not getting the job because he misspelled some stuff on the application, he didn't represent himself well, so that he
Yeah.
learns the lesson and comes out of that. But the dude is just so in chill mode right now. It's like, nah, you need something to do. So she's online and she's going to find him a job before the end of the day today. I'm certain of it. Uh, but is that considered enabling behavior, right? Because he's not learning how to uh, complete an application and that kind of stuff. So
I'll say this, right? So, two statements. One statement, I can't resist this. That's the advantage of a two-parent household, good cop, bad cop, because being a single parent, you don't have that luxury. I couldn't resist it.
right.
I tried that as a single parent, and my kids thought I was crazy because I was
Same
good.
person.
You know what I'm saying? They just wound up looking at me like I had lost my mind because I'd be like, "Mom, I gotta do such and such." And I was like, "Hell no, you can't do that." Then I turn around and be like, "Turn around," and I turn around back around and be like, "Sure you can, honey." They'd be like, "What?" Go right ahead. Then I turn back around and be like, "Hell no, get out my bed." They'd be like, "What do you mean?" They'd be like, "You need to call someone." So, but I will say this, like, it doesn't, like you were just saying, it doesn't just translate to kids to being a parent, right? So my father is a senior citizen.
Okay.
It's hard to say no, right? Does saying no or not wanting to say no make us weak, right? Does it mean I'm a weak person because I don't want to say no?
Right.
No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't mean I'm weak. It means that I don't necessarily, I'm avoiding something. It means I have some avoidance issues. I'll admit that because with my daddy, okay, hell, it's like having a kid. Sorry, Daddy, love you, but it's like having a third child. And my dad, I know that there are things I had to get to the point with him where I did say no because I was just letting him do whatever the hell he wanted to do. And like with the corona stuff, when it first kind of came out, he still wanted. My dad is 80 something years old. He got all kind of health issues. He don't walk well. Everything from his physical health to his internal health, just crazy, right?
Mhm.
And he wanted to go all these places and do these things. And I'm fine. I'll put a scarf on. Just sit down. And he was still having people come pick him up and do things. My kids, hey, come get your papa and take him to the bank. Take me to the grocery store. Take me to the this. And I was allowing it, right? And so me being, I don't want to be the matriarch, but that is something that was thrust upon me.
Right.
And I didn't put my foot down and say, no, y'all all get someone to sit down and foolishness. Stop it. And knowing that if I tell my girls no, they're going to respect my no, right? But as long as I allowed it to happen, they would keep doing it. And they were enabling him, and I was enabling them to enable him. And once I said no,
Yeah.
he sat down for a minute.
Gotcha.
A minute. He just found somebody else to do his running. He stopped for a minute.
At least for a minute. Let's check this out. How do you know you are an enabler? Right? 7 signs, and this is from Foundations Recovery Network. Now, again, everything that we find on being an enabler is always in reference to drug addiction or alcohol addiction, but really, you can enable anybody to do anything that is self-destructive. Even, um, you got people living on your couch for years and years and years. Are you enabling them because you're not helping them get up, out, and get on their own and go find their own place? There's all types of ways to enable folks. So, let me see. Signs of enabling and ignoring the negative or potentially dangerous behavior. This can involve anything from overlooking problems to denying that they problem even exists, right?
Right.
Difficulty expressing emotions. Enablers are often unsure how to express their feelings, especially if there are negative repercussions for doing so. Prioritizing the addict's needs before their own. And again, this is not about just drug addicts and alcoholics and negative destructive behavior like that, but there's a lot of things that I see where I enable people and I enable enablers as well. So it says while it is natural to want to help loved ones, enabling takes helping a step too far, where the addict has her needs taken care of while the enabler neglects their own, and that is huge one, right? Acting out of fear. Since addiction causes frightening events, the enabler will do whatever it takes to avoid the situation. Lying to others to cover up the addict's behavior, right? An enabler will lie to keep the peace and to present a controlled, calm exterior. Blaming people or situations other than the person they're enabling, right? To protect the person they're enabling the consequences of their actions, the enabler might cause other people or accuse other people of causing the enabler's problems, right? And then resenting the person that you are enabling. This is huge because if you are enabling people for so long, eventually you start to resent them, right? The result of the above behaviors is that the enabler will likely feel angry and hurt. They may act on these feelings by resenting the person that they are enabling while continuing to enable the addict. So now that you guys have seen some of the signs of being an enabler, let me ask you again. Are you an enabler? Here,
Ooh, I
here.
could be in the
Right.
enabler, Jesus. I could be in the
Yeah,
enabler. Why
yeah.
ain't nobody tell me?
Man,
I,
listen.
I could.
And
I
I
really
and I think
could.
the bigger thing is those of us who enable enablers, right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, my mom or my sister, my baby sister was younger, she struggled getting up on her feet. She's fine now. She's got her kids taken care of, her grandbabies, and all of that kind of stuff. But she struggled being the youngest, one of the youngest, because I have her and I have a younger brother. Um, but being child 5 and 6 for my mom started running out of gas. So she didn't get the same discipline. So she struggled getting up on her feet as we do from time to time. And I remember enabling my mom to enable her, right? It's like, she needs help getting into a new place. So my mom is helping her, and therefore I got to help my mom. So if my mom takes her money and gives it to my sister, and then I come and pay my mom's bills, I might as well had just paid my sister's bills, right? Because I'm telling my sister, nah, you need to do it on your own. You need to be strong. You need to toughen up. You need to be responsible. You need to take care of business. No, I ain't got nothing for you. But then when my
Yeah.
mom gives it to her and I turn around and replace what my mom gave her, really, I just gave
Yeah.
it to her. After then all that whooping, I just did what I said I didn't want to do because
Yep.
mom became the middleman in the situation. And who can tell mom no, right? It's
Right. Right.
You can't say no to mom. Um,
Yep.
but after so long of mom running that same play,
Yep.
then yeah, you got to tell mom no too. Um, and so it's not just with drug addicts and drug abuse. There's a lot of things that we're enabling people to do. And I know I'm not the only one who was familiar with that situation. Somebody is laying around on a can,
Yep.
and somebody else is taking care of them while everybody else is taking care of the person that's taking care of them. When, hey, if you just get rid of the person laying on a can, you can take care of yourself, and we don't got to take care of you, and everything is fine. We're all peaches and cream. So let us know, ladies and gentlemen, do you have an enabling situation that you need help with? Because we're going to talk about 10 ways to overcome being an enabler.
Yeah. I got one some feedback real quick because I know we have to go to break, but I got some feedback from the Facebook page, and this is from Vanessa Gibson. Hey girl. I heard feedback. She's just sharing. Enabling can be a drug in itself. Girl, you ain't never lied. Enabling can be a drug in itself. Being needed, feeling worthless, if not being needed, a form of having control over people. Oh, girl, you better say that. Having a form of control over people, places, and things. You better say that. That is so true. That is so true. That sometimes what do they call it? Codependency.
Codependency. Yeah. Both of
That's-
those statements that she made is very key.
Let me get. I where my heart at? I'm sorry.
Having the feeling that you are worthless unless
Yeah.
you are pouring out into others,
Yeah.
and not realizing that other
Yes.
people have picked up on that
Yep.
feeling that you have, and they're taking advantage of you, right?
Yes.
And then
Oh,
also feeling like you are in control. Yeah, that
yeah.
is definitely a drug. So when we come back on the other side of this break, we're going to get into 10 ways to help you overcome being an
Awesome.
enabler. And then we're going to talk about, the other side of enabling is tough love. What is too tough? So you guys make sure you keep it locked right here, and we're going to continue the conversation on the other side of this break.
I have done 2 prior Longevity Better Health Now challenges. I decided this time around I needed an extra push. A good thing to remember is 32 pounds is the weight of my 3.5-year-old son, and I am not carrying around a 3.5-year-old basically.
I'm a mother of 4. I just want to see how healthy I can get so that I can be around for a while. It's pretty amazing whenever you're excited to get on the scales every morning and see what the numbers are instead of dreading it.
When I went to convention last year, the day of the 5K, this lady, Merle, came across the finish line. She was visually impaired. She was blind. From this day forth, I said, I'm changing my lifestyle, and I'm just going to be a whole new me.
I was out of control. I really let myself go. And I thought, okay, who loses 12 pounds in a week? I'm like, this is such a joke. But it happened, and it happened again and again and again. Anybody can do this. If I can do it, you can do it.
Leading up to today has been a whirlwind, but I feel amazing. Everybody makes you feel really awesome when you come here too, so it just kind of like heightens your excitement about everything.
I feel so much better. If I could help just one person be able to do that for their life, then it'd be worth it all.
I feel amazing. I can't believe how far I've came from last year to this year.
I have kept my weight off within 2 to 5 pounds, which is a complete miracle. Let's go!
Yo, welcome back, St. Louis. Hey, and Shelley was ready for me this time. All right.
You ready? I'm ready.
We are continuing our conversation.
This time. You're not going to keep it.
We're continuing our conversation. Shout out to our sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. Monetize My Life. Listen, if you have gifts, talents, and special abilities that you want to monetize, right? All you got to do is go to monetizemylifenow.com, grab your free copy of the book, and you'll discover 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profits with little to no startup cost. Monetizemylifenow.com. The book is yours free. You just cover shipping. Go ahead, Chef.
We got one more comment from the
Mhm.
Facebook page. Hi, y'all. We're Facebook Riders, y'all. Okay, so this comment is from Melissa. Hey, girl. She says, another great point. People need to be needed, and they don't know enabling people. So it fulfills their own need, right? So it goes back into that codependency thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Melissa, you made, what's the statement? I feel bad. I'm talking to people like on the line. Melissa, remember the statement you made to me last week about the people doing, oh, this is so raggedy. Sorry, Cortez. Melissa made a statement to me last week. Melissa, please. She made a statement to me. People will, I'm going to jack it up and I hope you know what I'm saying. People will get you to do what they need you. Okay, here it is. People enable you to, because in their minds, it's easier for them to do it. So it's done right, or even other reasons, for their own fulfillment. The statement that she made to me the other day, though, it was people will get you to do for them what needs to be done so that they can do for themselves what they want to be done.
Yes, yes.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
I agree.
Trick you into that, which comes down to it is manipulation.
Yes.
But it's still part of that, in that being an enabler. You think you're helping them by fulfilling that need, but you're filling the need. They're over there taking care of their wants.
Right.
You over there fulfilling the need.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And I liken it to the difference between helping somebody with their rent once a year or every couple years
Yep.
versus helping somebody with their rent every month. Because
Yeah.
if you're a grown $$ person and you work at a job and you need help with your rent every month, then you got other issues and other problems that need to be solved, right? And I think what happens is they have become accustomed to other people supporting them in that way, so they know I can go blow my whole check because somebody gonna kick in on this rent. I don't know who it is gonna be this month, but somebody gonna kick me these couple $100.
And there are people who do that. There was a young lady that, and she did. That was a statement. People want you to do what they should do so they can do what they want to do. Thank you, girl.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it coined exactly. There was a young lady, and I won't call her name, but there was a young lady who had reached out to me and she had asked me to help her pay a bill and sold me a nice little ta-da. And I didn't, when I was almost there, but something didn't sit right in my spirit. And she told me, on private, please don't tell anyone, yada, yada, yada. I was like, okay, I didn't share it with anybody. But I me, I have a great relationship with my girls. And so I shared it with my oldest daughter. And good thing I did, because this person had went to my oldest daughter and shared the exact same story with her and asked her the exact same amount of money to pay the bill.
Yeah.
And so that was a classic example. She wanted both of us to do what she should have been doing. Probably go do what you wanted to do,
so
because you get
do
the exact same bill for the exact same amount. And I just thought that was kind of broke my heart because I really liked the person.
Yeah, and it's a simple. It could be simple stuff too. And mine is always finance related, man, because I like, for instance, the person who smokes cigarettes, right?
Yep.
So you need gas money because you spent $5 on a pack of cigarettes. So now me giving you gas money because I can't get to work if I don't. No. you spent your gas money on your cigarettes, so now me giving you gas money might be like the same. It might as well be me buying cigarettes for you. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I should be required to support that habit. What you
Yep.
should have done is put 450 in your tank and went and bought you some Lucy's and see
Right.
how that was going, how long that was going to keep you, so you can get to work to get a full check. So when you get your full check, you can get you a carton of cigarettes. I'm just saying. But let's jump
Right.
on these. How do you stop being a enabler, right? So stop helping out financially is number one, and ironic because that's kind of what I think. Stop helping people out financially. Continue to give someone who battles addiction money only means that you are helping to fund their addiction or their habit. When a person suffers from addiction, they will likely go to great lengths to obtain their drug of choice. And like we're saying here, it's not always alcohol, it's not always hard drugs, it's not always cigarettes. Sometimes it's a person's addiction to a particular lifestyle, right?
Yep.
I took my bill money and went and got my nails and my feet done. Now I'm begging for some money so that my cell phone don't get cut off.
That
You're
used to be
enabling that person's habit of, satisfying a superficial want when they need their doggone cell phone because uh, or whatever, right? So
yeah.
stop helping people financially is one way. Anybody else got some thoughts on whether it's a good idea to stop being an enabler? Let me read 3 or 4 of these, and then I'm going to get to some of these gone viral clips for today. Here's another one. It says, "Let them see and feel the burnt of their addictions. Don't clean up the brunt of their addictions. Don't clean up after them. When they come home drunk, stop making excuses for their intoxication and stop shielding them from the consequences of their bad behaviors. Let them see and let them sit in it, right? You got tangled and twisted, and you got pulled over. You had that warrant, and if you don't come get me out, man, I'm gonna lose my
Hey,
job. Well, consider job lost. Because while you had the job, you never took the money to go pay for the warrant. So
yeah.
now you're gonna lose your job. Sorry, not sorry. Is
So
that too tough? Is that too tough?
my mom and them let me sit, baby, in the I sat there in that jail cell. Y'all know anybody that know me know my story. Know I done sat in several
Yeah,
municipalities. Okay, and after a while, my mom was like, "Look, I'm not. No, sugar, you better spin the wheel to somebody else. I'm not coming to get you,
yeah.
no, ma'am." And I had to ride that thing out and get released on my own, what they call it, getting released on your own cotton or something or other.
Recognizance.
Yeah,
Recognizance. Yes, I'm
thing there.
familiar with the term. Axe Hillsdale, Axe Pineline, Axe Charlotte, Axe St. Louis County, St. Louis City,
St. Louis.
Felder City, Bonita Park. Yeah,
Okay,
Wellston,
man.
all up and
Yeah.
through there. Yeah,
Well, I was on tour one time. I was gonna be at a comedy show and was sitting. I went on tour, and DJ Epic had to cover for me. I went on tour, and anybody who's never spent some time in St. Louis County, I hate St. Louis County. I go sit in anybody else's municipality rather than go sit in St. Louis County because it is just like it's like purgatory. It's the worstest.
yeah, yeah. All right, couple more of these, and then we'll get to some gone viral clips from our man Corwin. So let's see. What else? What else? So let them feel the brunt of it. Uh, Try to talk to your loved ones about their abuse. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Yep. When they are sober and in the best state of mind, um, be assertive and firm about your boundaries and expectations without nagging or slinging accusations. 4, take steps to protect yourself and other members of your family. Don't get in a car with someone who has been drinking, for example. This doesn't mean to keep offering to be a designated driver either. which continues to enable them. But instead, consider taking yourself and your family home and leave your loved one to deal with that stuff on their own. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with those. Don't try to condemn them while they are intoxicated or in wallowing in whatever state they're in. Let them come to, and then let them have it.
Right. Why they drunk? Look, first, I was always a designated driver, and I was always the drunkest. How that worked out, I don't even know. I'm like, what?
Ooh.
Driving, and I'm the drunkest. And they don't beat me up about it because I don't want to hear it.
Right.
There it is. My
There it
neighbor would
is.
scold me because I parked in their driveway every day when I come home drunk. I'll be like, you want to say this for when I sober up? Because now's not the time. Okay, I'll move. I'm very sorry, but I got to go throw up. You know? Sorry.
All right. On a lighter note, we've got a couple gone viral clips that we want to share with you guys, man. This is just our way of having fun. We've got to get our man Kerwin on the show, man, or Corwin on the show, because he has some funny voiceovers. So let's jump into, I'll play a couple of them back to back, and then we'll come back and get Michelle's thoughts on them.
Y'all can get it from anywhere. I'm going to show you. I don't need to use that much. Let me put that back up there. Look at this. And do your hands like this, front, back, side to side, or you can do it how you want. Because to tell you the truth, it don't matter how you do it. Just do it till it's all gone. Get here now. Bring it to me. Thank you very much. Okay, this one, but y'all make sure y'all get two of them. Hold on, I got to get my hand in it. They big. They kind of feel like Shaq gloves. Y'all see what I'm talking about? This one feel wet. But don't worry about the wet feel. Give me the other glove, white man. Just sitting there looking. What's wrong with you? Crazy tail. I'm sitting here wondering why both of the gloves wet. Somebody got some wet palms. Okay, now we got it in there. Now, when you get done with it, you get something to cover your face because people be blowing their breath in your face. Come on, white man, get it to me. You get this thing that look like a panty liner and you wrap it around your ears, right? Like right here. Ooh, this thing stinking. Y'all want to do what y'all want to do. Come here. Come here, big lips. Come here, sucker. Come here before I snatch you from out of there. Slap him. Get him. Y'all want to do what y'all want to do. Get out. Oh, he just pushed you? He pushed you? Come here. You want to push? Push a T? Push again. Get out of here. That shag on the top of your doggone head. Stop playing with us. This is the second time you came through here. Y'all not eating that doggone much. We got action. Where you going, Inspector Gadget? We said a curfew. Didn't we say a curfew? Huh? We said curfew. You know what curfew means? I say, do you know what it means? Get where you supposed to doggone wrap him. Wrap him again. He don't feel it. He got on 501 jeans. Get where you go. Get out the bike and push it. Doggone it. That's why we can't stop the virus now, because y'all out. Doggone it. Get back up there. Did you just breathe? You puff? Huh? Puff again, sucker.
Man, I can't with him.
So Kerwin Claiborne, if anybody got, we believe in 6 degrees of separation. Somebody watching this show knows Kerwin personally. Would you tell Kerwin that we would love to have a talk with him? Like Charlamagne would say on The Breakfast Club, we need Kerwin to come to the front of the congregation, because where the heck does he be getting these voiceovers from?
That dude, when he say, the dude, first of all, where you get that little kid from? That's why I need to, who feeds that? I just need to know where he gets kid from, and that little boy is everywhere, and that's the first thing. He's hilarious. And then the second thing, the voiceover for him whooping. First of all, when you go to India, they're not playing over in India. They beat the hell out of people about Corona. First of all, don't take it lightly. Okay, the United States, we have things too easy. Because over in India, they're not playing with you. Asia, they're not playing. China, they weren't playing. When they had the Corona thing, that's why they got Corona out of there so quickly. Yeah, it was bad over there, but it came and went so fast, because you see how they was doing to people in Asia? They was rolling up on them and beating the hell out of them, making them stay in the house and making them. They was really beating the people behind like that. And he told that dude, you don't feel it, you got on 501
jeans. You got on 501 jeans. So what you're saying, Michelle, is America is enabling us and China and some of these other places said, we ain't having it. We is no longer enabling you to let this virus continue to float around in our society. Yeah, Kerwin is amazing with those voiceovers, those sound effects. That that popping sound from the slapping. Oh, did he just push you? Oh, come here.
My dude,
So
hilarious.
let's continue with some more ways to overcome, enabling. But here's the guilt trip of enabling. And I want
Mhm.
y'all to chime in on this if you can. The guilt trip of enabling is trying not to be too hard. See, because there's also a fine line between, just like it is between enabling somebody and genuinely helping someone who needs help. But then there's
Yep.
also another fine line between tough love and
Yep.
just being a jerk, right? And I think that's the guilt trip that a lot of enablers find themselves in.
Yep.
If I don't do it, it won't get done.
Yep.
Or if I don't do it, the person won't manage, or the person won't get by, or what have you. And then if I do let tough love happen, we feel guilty. Like, for instance, my personal situation is I have a 27-year-old son who hasn't spoken to me in almost 4 years, right? Because we were enabling him to live here rent free, and we wanted him to be on a trajectory to have his own. So we gave him 18 months to get gainfully employed, and we was putting some money together with him to help him get into a place. That didn't happen. So the consequences of you not making that happen means you
Yep.
have to leave. And the guilt that we feel sometimes because now he's over on grandma's couch, and uh, she's now enabling him, and we're like, should we have done things differently, right? Based on the way he was raised and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we know that we gave him every chance and every bit of help, and still the offer is still on the table. I still got first and last month's rent for you whenever you decide to go do your own thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to enable you to be in my house with a bad attitude, setting a
Yeah.
poor example for your brothers, not putting your best foot forward and all that kind of stuff. So, but I think there is a huge deal with the feeling of guilt when you have to put your foot down and be tough. So what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? I agree. I did that with my with my daughters. And I'm transparent. They know that they know dealing with their mama. I'm transparent, so my stuff come out. That just with them, when you reach a certain age, that bye. That if
Mhm.
you can't do certain things within the household, that is the next step. And when certain things occurred or did not occur in the household when they were a certain age, that let me help you get your own. Okay.
Mhm.
And in the words of my mom, if you too grown, you need your own. Uh,
Right.
and that's what I did. I helped them. Let me help you pay first month's last. Let me help you get the apartment. Let me help you get the application fee. Let me help you get the money together. Let me help you push out, to be successful on your own, because that's what needs to happen. And it wasn't a matter of not wanting them here, but it was more of it was a matter of tough love. It was a matter of let me help you be independent,
Right.
because us in the same space cohabitating, I was real enough to admit that it wasn't going to work. It didn't mean the mommy didn't love you. It meant that I was real enough to say, you're a woman and I'm a woman, and although there's love between us, this here ain't gonna work. Somebody
Ain't gonna
gonna
work.
die. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody gotta live, and somebody gotta die. I can tell you who ain't dying
Who ain't
today.
dying and who ain't leaving?
Exactly. Right. I can tell you that. So, and in the moment, there was some little mixed feelings like, you're putting me out. No. I'm encouraging you to live
Right.
over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm encouraging you to live over there.
That's
Go
it.
back.
That's it.
But
Get
now
you the wrong people on.
they love independence. In the moment, they feel some way. But now, man, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So a couple more. Participate in counseling and therapy both for yourself and for your family. Listen, if you go talk to somebody about your enabling behaviors, I think that's where Michelle's favorite term is going to come out, that you are in a codependent relationship. You like enabling because you get a sense of fulfillment that you're helping someone, and you need to stop it. So you're equally as addicted to that person's trauma as they are to whatever situation that they're in. So make sure that you talk to a professional about that. Make a
Yes.
plan to cope with your loved one's unreliability, right? You have to live with, hey, this person ain't got it together. Don't look like they're going to get it together anytime soon. How do I move on, right? And
Yeah.
then another one says, make concrete boundaries and consequences and stick to them. Listen, and that was kind of what we did with my son. Listen, I was paying for you to live somewhere else. It was called college university, so you get an education. You
Yeah.
decided that you didn't want no parts of that life. No
Yeah.
judgment here. You want to come and get your grown man on. Okay, here's what getting your grown man on means. You get gainfully employed where you make enough money to be able to afford a place for you to live. Um, period. And we're going to help you do that. And you got a finite amount of time to get that done. I think 18 months was reasonable. And then even when we got down to the last month, it's like, hey, if you've got something in the works and you need an additional 3 months, let's talk about it. And that didn't happen as well. The deadline came, and he came upstairs, was like, you know, Mama, you really gonna let him put me out? It's like,
Oh, not the mom card.
it's like, and my sugar was like, no, I'm putting you out. You got to go, man. He ain't doing nothing. You got to go, brother. Uh, so,
You
I
become
mean,
this. You gonna let that man put you out? You become that man.
so you've got to set clear boundaries and stick to them. And I think it's tough. It's easier said than done, no doubt about it. But you cannot continue to let people take advantage of you. And the Bible teaches that we should be charitable, right? But here's my thing. The Bible also says that God will bless you until your cup runneth over. And
Wow.
when your cup runneth over, the overflow spills into your saucer. When we are charitable, we're supposed to be giving from our saucer, not our cup. Some of us have cups that will never run over because we're always giving from our cup.
Mm.
And because of that, I help you with your rent. Now I'm struggling to pay my mortgage. I helped
Mm.
you with your car note. Now they looking for mine.
What?
I helped put food in your mouth. I'm over here eating top ramen. Why?
Okay.
Because we're giving from our cup. No, you let your cup runneth over, and now you can have whatever's going on in this saucer. And if
Yes.
ain't nothing in this saucer, I can't help you. Yeah,
That you.
Cortez, I know you got it. Yes, I got it, but I don't got it to give because it has yet to run over. So I think we have to make that distinction when we're helping people, especially in financial matters. And I know that's a huge part of enabling in our community. We're struggling to get this group economics thing down packed because we got a lot of people who refuse to pull their own weight. So uh, that was my preacher moment, brought to you by Monetize My Life. Go to monetizemylifenow.com and grab a free copy of the book. So it's 8 o'clock, Michelle. Last words.
Ooh. Last words. I miss Barack Obama. Shout out to him for throwing all the shade in the world at the little graduation thing. I had to
Yeah,
get that off before we get off the air because I love and miss my real president, my Uncle Barack. Boom. That's all I got to say in closing.
yeah.
Thanks
Shots
for coming out
fired.
tonight. God bless.
We heard it, President Barack. We heard it. Shots fired. They didn't get by us. We were paying attention. So
Never
with
have
that,
felt so proud.
ladies and gentlemen, we thank you guys for tuning in. Chai Smith said, great show this morning. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Always remember, you guys can go download the show at iTunes, Stitcher, iHeart, wherever you get your favorite podcast at. Also, make sure you subscribe to YouTube and Facebook. And Michelle has got something else you want to say?
We had 1,000 Facebook subscribers, so shout out to all you guys that have subscribed to the page. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. 1,001 fans so far. So thanks for tuning in and always engaging. We love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Until we talk to y'all next time, we want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you.